guys, I am playing 528 hertz, which is the DNA repair frequency, the love frequency. It's absolutely beautiful. Listen. I'll put a link to it. I'm going to play that in the background as a subliminal. I'm a multitasker. I wanted to talk about something. Have you ever felt pain? I'm talking like physical pain, not, I mean, we all feel emotional pain, but like physical pain. Have you ever had an accident? Has that accident left you hurting, fused, hard to move, sore, stove up, half the flexibility that you used to be in? Wow, I just see 111 on the counter. Ah, synchronicity, I love it. Angel numbers are awesome, aren't they? If you just listen. I have been researching homeopathic stuff all my life. It's funny because I collected books when I was younger that I never read and that I brought all the way down to Texas. That I mean, I probably bought them when I was like 18, 19 years old. And I'm finding that I'm using them now. I'm like, how did I know I was gonna need these? It's weird how everything just works out. I have had one accident after another, starting with my first accident when I was 2 months old. Rolled off the changing table onto my head. And when it did, it pushed me down, compacted my neck, and put it out of whack, and then rotated my head just a little, I mean, just, you can barely tell on an x-ray, but just a little bit off kilter. So I was always kind of a little bit right, you know, going to the right a little bit, because I was always hurting onto that right, and it was always being pushed, you know, being stimulated on that right side, so my right side was always hard. And that was happening at 2 months old. And then I got hit, broke a tooth here, chipped this one, when I was probably 11 years old, had a horse tied up, was brushing it, and it spooked, pulled the board back and hit me in the face, so that gave me whiplash. Multiple times being bucked off. Spirit blinked, turned off the music for a second, so that's Spirit's way of talking and saying hi to everybody. I love it. Multiple accidents, falling off, horses falling on me, getting drugged, kicked, bucked. I went to step on this colt one time, put the foot in the stirrup, grabbed the horn, and I'd already stepped up a few times. I went to step up, and that sucker jumped straight up in the air and cow kicked the hat off of my head. I've escaped death so many times you can't even imagine. I keep my guardian angels very, well, actually they tell me all roads to karmic death are closed for me this lifetime, so I don't have to worry about it. I can just be as naive as I want to. I just go play and have fun like a child, which is what I've always done my whole life. I've always lived my life to an extreme. I'm a Leo. It's just kind of who I am. Oh, I love my downtime. I'm double Virgo. I double down. You won't see me for like a month, 2, 3, and then it's all of a sudden it's like, surprise! My cup is filleth over. I'm ready to share my cup with y'all now. Which is one thing why I'm doing this video. It's really, really interesting. On the road to recovery as far as my health goes, because I'm healing myself homeopathically of breast cancer, I am finding so much more. And the farther I dig, the deeper the shit gets. And it's like, wow. I can scroll Facebook for an hour and people are screaming for the answer. And you can give them the answer And they'll fight you every step of the way. It's like, what color's the sky? The sky is blue. It's green. The sky's green. I'm like, oh, it's fine. If you don't want the answer, don't ask. Unfortunately, I feel, because I'm a, super sensitive soul, what everybody really truly wants. And then when you give them the answer, they freak out. They're like, no. It cannot be the answer. Especially coming from no woman. Think about it. The energy of the whole everything shifted last year from the masculine energy into the feminine energy. Look it up. The spiritual people call it the rise of the divine feminine. Because what is happening is the solar system is into a brand new spot in the galaxy that's never been before. This is called evolution. So our solar system is constantly moving. It's not moving back and back and back. It's constantly moving in an endless supply of energy. Limitless. I'm just getting this channel information right now too. I'm just like, my mind's like, wow, this is amazing. Don't think I'm just like, know it all. No, this is me channeling and I'm getting the information as you're getting it. So my mind's blown right now too. This is really cool. Because I'm getting a visual as I'm describing it. This is really cool. Anyway, so as the solar system moves through the galaxy, there is brand new energy that we're coming into because our solar system is floating. And then as we're floating into brand new energies, the energies are coming in and integrating into all the planets and everything. And as it integrates into the planets, it integrates into us. And then we evolve. Unless you fight it, of course. If you do, it's kind of a painful, lonely journey. I am just finally stepping into my true, authentic being. It's been hard, let me tell you. From going from somebody that always felt like somebody, but always put myself down so everybody would not get offended by my light. I've been like that since a child. I've been shushing myself since a child. And I've been told by my guides for the last 3 years, you gotta step up, you gotta step up, you gotta step up. And I'm like, I can't. Everybody thinks that I'm a worthless piece of shit anyway. Nobody believes me about nothing. Why should I be the one that has to bring this information? Give them somebody they're gonna believe, like a man. That's what they want. They want a man. They're looking for a man to lead because a man has the balls to lead, right? Or do they? We're in the rise of the divine feminine for a reason, people. It's not about sex or sexes or sex or nothing like that. We have feminine and masculine qualities. We cannot evolve as a humanity until we integrate into these energies, open our chakras, cleanse them out, open our minds, open our consciousness, and realize that there's more out there besides our nose on our face. And I've noticed the more I step up into who I am, the less hecklers I get. It's really interesting how the law of attraction works when you're talking about stepping up into your power. And you can't step into your power if you're doing it incorrectly. But if you're doing it correctly, God will part the Red Seas. Just as he did for Moses, to make anything happen, with or without support. Because when a person is truly living their true soul purpose, authentically, and not giving a care of what anybody thinks, that is when you truly finally step into your power. Because nobody knows your journey but you. I had to learn that the hard way. I've been searching for everybody else to tell me the right answer, and nobody could. Every time it gets, I don't know how many card readers I pissed off on YouTube, but I get a reading, right? And by the time they got the reading to him, I had already done what they said had done. I've evolved and stepped up. And by the time they got it, they're like, by the third time, they're just like, why even try? You know, because I was evolving that fast. I was figuring my stuff out. I'm Asperger's. I'm like, no, in a small house by myself for 3 years by myself, talking to God. I evolve extremely fast. Not only every day do I evolve every second of every minute that I exist right now. Because at every moment I am listening to the thoughts in my head, and I'm not allowing the devil, aka bad thoughts, aka anything that restricts my ascension to a higher vibration, which means to have a blissful state of mind all the time. Can you imagine living in a world like we do right now with a blissful state of mind? I have been in this vibration now. I was on the verge of committing suicide. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. I reached out for help to a couple different people. Didn't get any help. And finally, it was at that moment. He's in got fleas. That's why I was going to do the video. I was going to show you about this. But it was at that moment that I realized that there ain't nobody can save me but me. And the more I hide who I am, the more I damage my soul. My soul is trying to scream out and get out of this body. I've got a purpose. I've got a message. And just because maybe you don't want to hear it, maybe the other person right next to you does, and they're just hiding it because they're scared of what you're going to think. Kundalini energy / prana energy / chi energy / life force energy is all the same. It depends on what culture you're from, is what word. Why are we in the US scared of the word Kundalini? You know why? I will tell you why. Because the Kundalini energy, the life force energy, when it wakes up, it makes your body jump and move and herk and jerk and that kind of stuff, because it is working through all of your energetic blocks through your body. Every time it hits a block, it surges. And it's like trying to go through that, going through that. And so your body will tighten up right there at that moment. You'll get a leg cramp or something like that when you're really relaxed. That's your Kundalini energy, your life force energy, trying to get through that energetic block. And when you fight it, it can't get through there. You have to relax and allow the energy to move your body. If it wants to move your body like this, let it move. Don't think anything about it. Think, wow, that's kind of cool. That's what I did. Wonder what's going to happen next. I didn't think, oh my God, my arm moved. What happens when my arm moves? Oh my God, I'm possessed. Call the exorcist. Exactly. Nail in the head right there. Because the AKA Secret Society, whatever you want to call them, Anunnaki, the Anunnaki are still here. They're just evolved like us and don't have the elongated skulls anymore. And get onto that subject. What they're doing to you as a society, as humanity. You don't even see it because it's all subliminal. I need to do a video on how to take your power back. All the little things, abbreviating your words. I can't come. Change that, stop that and say, I can not come. Start taking the time to not abbreviate anymore, because every time you abbreviate a word, you shorten it, you're taking the power away, which means you take the power away from you. There's been subliminal things that have been programming you. Sex nowadays, it means nothing. What happened to the lost art of Tantra? Most people would just go without abstinence until they found the right person, or they just would go out without, period. Because sexual energy is the one thing that they love, the Anunnaki love taking away from you. Sexual energy. You know why? Because the sacral chakra, sexual energy portal, is your creation center. This is your creation from God. You channel God and create through your chakra. This is how life is supposed to be. You clean your channel as good as you can, bring higher guidance through, and then create through your sacral chakra. And because nobody has any kind of care about sex anymore, you lose your power. Every 3 days you build up more tantric energy. Every 3 days you build up more. If you can hold and withstand masturbation, sex, anything, the longer you withstand, the better. The more tantric energy you build up. Try withstanding for a month or two and see what kind of power you have when you go to create. It's a whole nother level. Ask any of the yogis, they all know. So the Anunnaki, what they do, let's market sex. Let's make sex useless. We're going to put sex everywhere. We're going to put sex stores and sex this and sex that and pornographic this and pornographic that. So it's so common, everything's so common that nothing is just sacred anymore. We've lost the sacredness of everything. And that is another thing about taking your power back. You have to make things sacred. Because once you lose the sacredness of everything, you lose God. And the only reason I say God so much right now is because it makes people feel uncomfortable. I'm the one that comes in. I'm the hornet that gets put into the bee's nest. Buzz, buzzes everything up. I've done that my whole life. You tell me I can't? Can't's a clear leap. You tell me I cannot? That is how you correct yourself. Energetically, what you think about, you bring about, right? If you're saying something and you don't catch yourself, you can mentally say it in your head or you can physically say it. Cancel, clear, delete. Done. Change it. I cannot. What you do is you stop the energy of going out manifestation right there. Cancel it out, re-manifest. Otherwise there's going to be a little glitch in your manifestation that you're manifesting as you're speaking, because every word is a spell. Everything you say is going to project back at you through a manifestation. This is what I'm teaching, is the law of manifestation on an intimate level. How to truly manifest. And it isn't just about what you think about, you bring about. You have to know a lot of stuff. You have to understand the subconscious energies that are around you, the spiritual war that is around you non-stop, trying to take you down every day. Back in the day, when everybody's body started moving from the Kundalini energy, because we're going through another evolutionary stage, right? Another energy that was coming through that was enlightening people. Women are more inclined to be more godly because they spend time at home with the kids and the gardening and stuff, where the men are out doing their pillaging and, well, not pillaging, but working and other stuff. You know what I mean? So because they were so busy, the women were the ones that were more. And that's the way it's supposed to be. The women are the leaders, the true leaders, because they have the foresight and they have the heart open. But they've been suppressed so much by the masculine energy over this planet. And that is why. Because we were in that masculine energy, and now we've shifted into a new energy. We're up into that divine feminine energy now. So we're shifting into that divine feminine energy. So you're going to see more feminines stepping up into leadership now. You're going to see more men stepping down in their energy and coming back more feminine and being okay with it, because that was what we're supposed to be doing. When you create anything, it should be out of love. Therefore, you need to be feminine natured to create. To be able to go and get it, you need to be masculine. So you need to be both, right? And the masculine shouldn't be afraid about having feminine, and the feminine shouldn't be afraid about having masculine. It's just the way it is. Once you're okay with that, and you're okay with the world, you project out a healed energy, then you get back in your manifestations more of a healed manifestation, just better manifestations. So I'm just upgrading your vibrations by telling you this. There's just so much to the whole thing, you know? It's not just about, oh, you just manifest with the moon or you just do with that. No, if you, like, I'm a go big or go home kind of person, you know? If I'm going to do a manifestation, I want to own the world. Why not? Why not leave this planet a legend? Right? That's what I manifested 3 years ago, to go down as a legend. And I've been saying that every day for 3 years. And every day I work 8, 10, 20 hours a day towards my goal. And I have a hard time stopping. In fact, God / spirit / my guides, angels, have to make me turn my phone off sometimes for a week at a time to say, no, you need to rest. Because I'm trying to hurry up and hurry up and hurry up and forgetting to enjoy the process. Because I'm just like a sponge when it comes to information. I'm like, give, and they're like, just, nobody can catch up with you yet. Just calm down. I'm like, but it's just so tantalizing. Damn that apple. That's another one I'm going to divulge too. Oh. There's so much. There's so much. And it's been the same Anunnaki group the whole time. The Anunnakis have civilized themselves as a certain group. And they have nothing but ill intent for the world through domination and control. In every angle of your life that you can't even imagine. I've seen some gal having a lunch and she had a tape over her phone. And I'm thinking, you really think that that tape is going to keep them from seeing you? They could see you from my phone, restaurant's phone, spotlight, the stoplights. They know everything you're doing at all times. They have this huge supercomputer that every picture and every text and everything that you send goes into there is a little storage bank. So if they want to get you for anything, they're just like, oh, gotcha. That's how they get the higher ups. You're just screwed. If you have electronics or anything, unless you live out in the woods where there's nothing. But I'm sure you have a history or past, and they have all that. You can't get away from it. It's just what it is. So you have to fight it from the inside, where they don't see it coming. And that has everything to do with your health. Because if you take your health back, guess what? It all goes away. Supply and demand. There's no more demand for it, so guess what? It just goes away. Can't do nothing about it. It's all homeopathic. What are they going to do? Force you to get a COVID shot and then outlaw all homeopathic? Which they probably could. That's what they did in the 1800s when they formed the American Medical Association, AMA. They made it illegal for any doctor to practice homeopathic, to lose their license for life. Owned by the Anunnaki. Anunnaki, if you don't know what that is, look it up. They're the original ones. They're the ones that tried to enslave the whole planet in the beginning. But we are in, right now, an energy of that divine feminine energy, and it's going to stay in that for a long time. And we're going to get more energies and more energies that are more going to bring us into our heart center. And so the more you fight it, going into your heart, the more uncomfortable it's going to be, and the more your life is going to fall apart. Trust me, if you go against what your nature is supposed to do, if you go against your soul path, especially right now, it's very critical for everybody in this whole planet. Yeah, they just stopped the music right there. Twice. Wow. They don't ever do that. Stop the music twice for that one. I've never had them stop the music twice. That was really important. I forgot. I was so excited about that, I forgot what I was talking about. So important. Hold on. I was so excited I forgot. That's what's happened to me channel. It just goes in and out like a movie projector, and I just speak it and then it's gone, and then I can't get it back. And anyway, and since I'm on a time crunch because it's a video, I'm just like, I get flustered easy, so I'm just gonna, it'll come to me. So anyway, it's very important for everybody to follow your soul path. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, God. Follow your soul path. Because when you do not follow your path, your life gets very uncomfortable. It'll fall out. It'll rip the rug out from you. The tower moments will happen. Things will happen just like that, like it happened in my life. It was like I was holding on for dear life, and finally God's like, nope. Boom! I'm like, oh, you want me to move? Okay. And as soon as I had that idea, it was like boom, 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 boom. My whole life just went red carpet, right? It was awesome. And I've had a mystical experience from the time I said I'm moving to Idaho or moving to Texas. Because that's what my life path was supposed to be, is me to move to Texas and stay alone in this house. Because the more I fought trying to go out and find a job and go out and doing this, the more my life fell apart until I was made to stay at home and hermit down, which I didn't want to do because I'm a Leo. I'm like, let me out of this prison. I gotta get out. Ah! Until I finally just give in and surrendered to what I was supposed to do and just learned from Spirit, learned from God what I was supposed to do, my mission. And that's what my mission is, to be a teacher. And I'm teaching the ancient ways in a new way for you to understand them. Because you can't read the Bible. I don't know one person that can read the Bible and tell me exactly what that means. They sidestep around it. I'll tell you exactly what it means, because all I gotta do is read the vibrational frequency of the verse number, tap into the vibrational frequency, read that, because once I tap into the vibrational frequency of the number, guess what happens? I've got it. I tapped into the person that was writing that. So I know, not through his tainted thoughts, because he is just channeling the information from God, right? So if he lives in a time where it's really brutal to live, he's going to have more of a brutal mentality, right? Instead of that pure mentality. And so he has to put it into words that they're going to try to understand it when he's writing it. It's kind of like trying to understand Shakespeare sometimes, or some of the poets, you know. It's just that time and frame. So we need to evolve our thinking. I can tap into the vibrational frequency of the verse numbers, tell you exactly what they meant and what they felt and what they said at the exact same time. It's easy for me. It's a gift that I have. It's a beautiful gift, and I don't ever want to take it for granted. I've been working on this gift every day so hard, sometimes 20 hours a day, to get where I'm at. I don't have a job and a family and anything like that. I don't have anything. I've been sheltered and made to go away from everybody, and everybody stay away from me during this incubation stage. So I didn't have anybody else's tainted energies. Because what happens when we went into that new energies in the early 1800s, when you had the witch hunts, you know, the exorcisms and all that stuff, when you go into that new energy, it was waking up the women, and all of a sudden their bodies started moving. And when they start going to the priests, well, all they're going to do is they're going to say it's demonic. It's demonic. We need to exorcise it. So then it had a mental tainted for anything that had to do with body movements. That's where the bad stuff came from. Kundalini it has nothing to do with the body movements. Is because the priests were scared of it, and we live in a virtual reality where a placebo pill will cure a disease. So if the priests are telling them that they got demons in them, guess what they're going to manifest? They're going to manifest demons, and by gosh, they did. Demons do exist if you want them to exist. All you got to do is lower your frequency enough to find that, and it comes with fear and ego. That's all it is. They manifested that because their body was moving, trying to be enlightened, and the ego of the priests got scared. And we're not going to blame the priests. They probably just got scared, and they're like, it's demons. Cast you out, demons. And like, oh my God, I got demons. And then pretty soon Susie's got the body moves. Oh my God, Susie got demons too. And then pretty soon anybody that had body movements or was a free thinking woman got burned at the stake, killed, drowned, decapacitated. Yeah. I gotta drink some water. Make sure you drink a lot of water. The energy right now is just insane. I love it. I'm like, give me more. Of course, we're in Aries right now. The moon's in Aries, so the energy that the moon is projecting out is the Aries. That's that fiery, impulsive, just like take charge, emperor. Well, it is the emperor card in the tarot. It's like, so that's how you manifest. Once you understand all this stuff, then you can say, okay, the energies that God is giving me, the moon is giving me, is an Aries. It's a fiery, impulsive, let's go get it done. So when you actually go with the energies, do something fiery, impulsive to get it done, then you're making your manifestations just pop. because it's making them come faster because you're doing it. Then what happens as it dips through maybe into like more of like a Cancer or a Pisces, watery Scorpio energy, then what that does is it brings you down into that more thinking, that more, you know, that intellectual, gooey feeling, you know, about what you're doing. So it makes you kind of slow down, and does this really feel right? Does this, what I've done the last few days, does that really feel right? Okay, yeah, it feels good. Then it'll move into like a Taurus, say, energy, and then that energy is more like, okay, now what do I need to do to ground this energy in? What do I need to do to ground this energy in to get my manifestations to come faster? And then it'll move into a Virgo or something like that. Okay, what do I need to do to bring that, you know, what do I need to take maybe 3 days down and not talk to anybody and really, you know, use that Virgo energy to make sure I'm, you know. So if you use the energies correctly, that is truly how you manifest. You got to go with the energies. And it's so hard, you know, when you've got 5 kids and a wife and a husband and 3 jobs and everything else, but you can do it if you can concentrate enough to understand what you think about, you bring about. That's all it is. What you think about, you bring about. I've been thinking about health and ancient secret knowledge hard for 3 years. I've been into ancient secret knowledge since I was a child, seeing UFOs and all that kind of stuff as a kid. But now it's just like, it's common now, so I can finally come out of the closet that I like that stuff, right? But before, I could never come out with that in the 70s, 80s. I'd be put in a mental institution with a straitjacket. It's like you right now, right? I'm like announcing who I am in past lives. They're like, you're crazy! And I'm like, no, I'm not crazy. You just don't understand. It's okay. You will. It'll all come out soon. But what I want to talk about, what I was actually going to do for the video, was what I have come up with is homeopathic to help people that have been in pain. Because I have had fused everything. I'm breaking fusions in my ribs right now. And I'm internally ingesting a homeopathic product, but I'm combining a few things. And I'm combining one main ingredient that the FDA has been trying to hide for a long time, and they've been using it to cure everything. They were using it last year to cure COVID. Use it, they IV it to stop a stroke like that in a victim. It'll stop a stroke just like that. All natural. Curing cancer, curing all kinds of things. Drinking it too. FDA won't pass it because, you know, there's no money in natural. So, drinking it is the only, this was one of the things that'll get past the blood-brain barrier of the brain and get in there and get all those heavy metals out, that the chemtrails and stuff and the stuff that we eat and ingest and whatnot gets in our brain. Takes all that out. But what I'm finding is it is removing scar tissue and trauma, like dissolving it and leaving your muscles like a baby soft. You know, if you feel a baby, you like massage a baby's leg or back or something, how soft that muscle is. I mean, you can tighten it, right? But it's just a really pliable, right? Just a baby, the skin. That's the way it feels when you're done. I'm blown away. I'm blown away. I'm just like, wow. I've had scar tissue from, I mean, yeah. So my dog, he's 18. He's 18, my little dog. And he bulged a couple discs 2 years ago. I almost lost him. And I've been trying to baby him as much as I can. He's been doing the best he can. So I've been giving him the supplement too. Just like 1 drop 3 times a day in his food for about a week and a half now. And I noticed he was itching a lot, like itch, 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 itch. And so I would go and I'm like, you know, it's not fleas. But then I noticed there were certain parts that I had, like where I have a horse step on my foot, and it would kind of itch, but it wasn't a surface itch, it's like a deep, you know, but even you could rub it and it kind of feel better, you know, you didn't have to itch it, but it was just like you needed, you know, it was just like, it was dissolving all of the scar tissue. Isn't that amazing? So with him, he was so sore from being so stove up and having all these things going on that literally, oh my God, flea and tick medicine